The Star-Tossed Wish and the House of Echoes. Every night, Luna sat by her attic window and looked at the brightest star in the sky. She didn't want toys or sweets. She wanted a companion to share her adventures. "I wish for a dog named Natalia," she whispered into the cool night air. "A dog with a heart of gold and paws that never tire." The next morning, the wind carried a tattered piece of parchment to Luna's feet. It wasn't a letter, but a map. It showed a path leading through the whispering woods to a place known as the House of Echoes, a place most people were too afraid to visit. At the very center of the house, someone had drawn a tiny golden paw print. Luna reached the House of Echoes by noon. It was a towering building covered in purple ivy that seemed to shiver even when there was no breeze. The front door was slightly ajar, creaking a slow, rhythmic greeting. Luna took a deep breath, clutched her map, and stepped inside. Inside, the air smelled of old dust and dried lavender. "Natalia?" Luna called out. Her voice bounced off the walls, returning to her in a dozen different tones. Then, from the very top of the spiral staircase, she heard it. A soft, lonely whimper that made her heart ache. She ran up the stairs and into a room filled with floating candles. There, in a cage made of shimmering blue moonlight, sat the dog from her dreams. It was Natalia, with fur the color of toasted honey. Natalia wagged her tail, and the sound hit the floor like falling coins. "You can't take her," a voice drifted from the corner. A pale, translucent boy emerged from the shadows. This was Silas. He held a heavy iron key, but his hands were shaking. "The house is too lonely without a guest," he said, his eyes filled with a sadness that had lasted 100 years. Luna didn't run away. Instead, she walked toward the ghost boy and offered him a small, smooth stone she had found in the woods. "You don't need a prisoner to keep you company, Silas," she said softly. "You just need a friend. Why don't you come with us?" Silas smiled, and for the first time in centuries, the House of Echoes felt warm. He turned the key in the lock of the moonlight cage. The bars dissolved into 1,000 tiny fireflies, and Natalia leaped out, licking Luna's face with joyful abandon. As they prepared to leave, a silver cat with eyes like emeralds slipped out from under a velvet chair. This was Misty, a spectral creature who had been Silas's only companion. Misty trotted over to Natalia and rubbed against her golden fur, her purr sounding like a tiny humming engine. The sun was setting as the four of them walked out of the House of Echoes. Luna had wished for a dog, but she had found a family. With Natalia leading the way and Silas and Misty following close behind, Luna knew that the brightest star had finally answered her prayer in the most wonderful way.